Welcome to Stark Raven Reviews, where we review anything but the news. Cause we may be mad, but we're not crazy. We just think Hollywood's gotten lazy.
Hi everybody, I'm Stark.
I'm Raven.
And we're behind.
Here's a list of just how far behind we are. We made up a top 20 of the good, the bad, and the ugly on all the things we missed. So, first, right off the bat, we're going to, skip to the list of 8 here on the good. And these are in the good list, but all of these are going to get their own separate video. So we're just going to breeze right past them. So, on that list, we've got Cobra Kai, Mandalorian, Animaniacs, Tales of Arcadia, The Walking Dead, The Upload, Borat 2, and Phineas and Ferb, the Candace movie. Those ones getting their own review, but they were all really good. So, alright, into this one. So, on the good.
Soul on Disney Plus. Definitely a feels movie. Really good.
Really good. And if you haven't heard it from your friends yet, you should definitely go watch it. But I'm sure you've heard it from everyone that you should definitely go watch it.
And then Queen's Gambit on Netflix.
Queen's Gambit is not even 8 hours of your life. It's all of 7 episodes, and you will breeze right through it, and you will love it. I mean, it is really good. It is put down your phone screen and actually watch the TV good. And again, it's all of 7 episodes. And then, let's see, Kipo. Kipo was absolutely a kids show. It's on Netflix. It's got 3 seasons, and the most recent of which dropped within the past couple of months. It's really good. It's definitely a kids show, but I absolutely recommend it. I don't know if it's getting a season 4, but it deserves one. It's really good. Give it a watch through, especially if you have a little in or an inner child. Let's see, next. Greta.
Yeah, Greta. On Hulu.
Greta on Hulu, about Greta Thunberg.
Lots of feels.
Lots of tears and a little bit of rage at everybody.
Yeah.
It's absolutely worth the hour and a half you'll put to it, and she's, for all of, 12 when she first came out, I mean, she's
amazing.
A wise little woman.
Yep.
And lastly,
Star Trek Lower Decks.
if you're into the satirical feel, it's like Orville, but canon.
Yeah.
It was really good, really funny, has a lot of shout-outs to pretty much all of the series. I mean, all of it's, a giant poke in fun at itself, really.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
It is. So, now on to the bad.
In the category of bad, we have 4 things, but let it be known, 3 of these 4 things are because they tried to force you to pay for it in some way.
Yeah. Way too much.
Now, we'll start out by mentioning Marvel Legends, because that one's the easy one to mention. It is an entire series of trailers. And I shouldn't say series, I should say Disney Plus tried to convince us of some bullshit that this is a new show, and it is not. It is segments.
Yeah, it's not even trailers, because you don't even know what's going on unless you've seen the movies, so watch the movies and just know what's going on in Disney. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but really it's just a bunch of backgrounds to certain characters, and if you don't know what's going on in the movies that these trailers are coming from, you don't know anything about these clips. So
yeah, and
it's really stupid, but I'm sure most of you have seen the movies that they're coming from, but really they tried to make a whole series out of it to sell us with. That's fucking stupid.
But they're not even good breeze-throughs if you have seen the movies. There's 7 minutes of, hey, here's this character, or hey, here's that story, and you've seen all of this before, so we thought we'd pitch it to you again.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Now, as for the other three on here, we've got Wonder Woman 84, Mulan, and King of Staten Island. Now, I realize Mulan and King of Staten Island didn't come out during our absence, but they became free during our absence, so that's why they're here.
Yeah.
Now, Mulan was just kind of a facepalm. It wasn't necessary, much like most of the live actionings they're doing lately at Disney.
Why they picked that to make live action, don't ask me.
It wasn't enough they tried to replace Robin Williams with Will Smith.
Yeah.
I digress. Wonder Woman 84 was bad because Gal Gadot has no talent when she's not pregnant. Maybe it was the kid inside her that had all the talent. Maybe it... I don't know. She fell apart. DC fell apart. The whole storyline fell apart. It was an embarrassment.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was not good.
It was worse than Superman, the death and return of Superman.
Yeah, oh my god, it really was, though. I mean, and the fact that HBO Max was the only way to watch this, it was like...
Really?
Who has HBO Max unless you're into old cartoons and Doctor Who?
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't... The only reason I keep it is because I can't find my Doctor Who anywhere else. What, I'm in America.
And it's free with HBO.
Well, yeah, okay, I get it free thanks to...
HBO.
that. But still. And as for the last one, King of Staten Island, this was essentially Pete Davidson Does 8 Mile. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. It made Steve Buscemi boring.
That is blasphemy, okay? It made Steve Buscemi boring. It just... It was watching Pete Davidson apologize for not letting his mom date other people. I don't know what it really was. It was kind of just sad.
Yeah, it was just sad.
And if you weren't into Pete Davidson before, you certainly weren't into him after spending $20 to see this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it didn't come out during our absence, but in that 6 months between it coming out and now, those who actually bothered to, like, waste the money, I'm sure they're angry. I know I feel bad for them. I'm glad I waited.
Me too. Definitely wasn't worth the $20 they were trying to charge before.
And definitely really wasn't worth the 2 hours that were free once the charge was no longer there. It was a waste. Anyways, on to the ugly. Now, when I say the ugly, know that I don't necessarily mean that these were good or bad, but simply that they fall into other. So let's start with Utopia, for example. Utopia was actually fairly decent. However, falling into and dropping in the year that it did was the worst idea Amazon Prime's had in years. It had all the elements of totally able to make it. I mean, it could have gotten 5 seasons. But in the middle of 2020, too close to home, guys.
Yeah.
Ow. No thanks. And Tales from the Loop, also from Amazon.
Just all over the place.
It was alright. It was just very...
Just bounced all over the place.
And I can understand how sometimes that can be a good thing, but Amazon needs to...
Tighten up.
Yeah, tighten up, exactly. Because they're good at the dark thing, they're good at the random thing, but they are not good at the random dark thing.
Nope.
And lastly, let it be known that I've liked every season of this before, but Big Mouth Season 4? What was it? Well, I just...
They lost steam.
They really did. It was like they lost steam, they lost the idea, they didn't want to do it anymore, and the last half of the season was just
dropping the ball.
yeah.
But
Anyways, I mean, I would have liked to have seen more from it, because I was a fan of the concept. I remember what it was like to be a teenager. It was confusing, but that doesn't mean you need to make the last season of your show confusing, because what was that? And I hope it's not the final season. But if you've run out of ideas, maybe it should be.
yeah, don't make more shitty things because you can't think of anything good for the original. So
Don't HBO it. You don't need to do what HBO does and completely destroy a show in its final season. It's
Yeah.
not necessary.
just leave it good.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's our top 20. Again, we've got the 8 that are getting their own: Cobra Kai, Mandalorian, Animaniacs, Tales of Arcadia, The Walking Dead, The Upload, Borat 2, sorry, and Phineas and Ferb. And then we've got Soul, Queen's Gambit, Greta, Kipo, and Star Trek Lower Decks. So those were the goods. The bads: Wonder Woman 84, Mulan, King of Staten Island, Marvel Legends. And the ugly: Big Mouth Season 4, Utopia, Tales from the Loop, and maybe throw Greta in there too, just because the ugly truth. So that's our top 20.
Yep. So there you go. I'm Stark.
I'm Raven, and we're catching up. Stay mad, y'all. Thanks for watching Stark Raven Reviews. Love us or hate us, we're glad for the views. Weekly videos just for you. If you have a suggestion, we'll watch that too. So if you're mad and you feel the vibe, hit us up on Patreon, like and subscribe.